Why did Jimin leave the group chat just 26 minutes after receiving Jungkook's shocking voice note? Tensions are mounting, but what is really going on? That night, ARMY was shocked to see that one of BTS's members, Jimin, had suddenly left the group chat they had been using for years, just 26 minutes after receiving Jungkook's voice note. Why did it happen? What did Jungkook say in the voicemail that was so shocking that Jimin took such a dramatic step? This incident has sparked various speculations and debates among fans around the world that at first, everything seemed normal. The group chat, which BTS members use to communicate with each other and sometimes with their fans, seems to be going on as usual. However, suddenly a voice note appears from Jungkook that changes the atmosphere. In a short time, Jimin, known for his calmness, decided to leave the chat group, an act that surprised many. What really happened in those 26 minutes? What changed everything so quickly? Like many of the other members, Jimin and Jungkook have always been seen as close. Even their closeness has often been in the media spotlight. However, is there anything more than friendship between the two? Or maybe, the voice heard in the voice note is something more personal, something that can affect their relationship as friends and colleagues in the group. There are many theories developing about what could be the content of the voice note. Some ARMY sources speculated that Jungkook may have revealed an emotional personal message, or that there may have been an unexpected confrontation. Meanwhile, some fans speculated that there was tension in their relationship that eventually led to Jimin's decision to back out of the conversation. However, is this just a misunderstanding, or is there something more serious going on behind the scenes? The fact that Jimin decided to come out in such a short time has made many people wonder about the personal dynamics among the BTS members. What is really happening in the group? And is this a signal that there is a deeper tension that has been hidden from the public so far? Jimin's decision to leave the chat group also created a feeling of anxiety among fans. How could a relationship that looked so harmonious and loving end in such deep tension? Does the voice in the voice note contain a surprising confession or even reveal feelings that have never been revealed before? This situation was even more interesting because Jimin did not give any explanation after leaving the group chat. There was no clarifying message, and the other BTS members also seemed to be silent 1,000 languages. In a very open world like the world of K-pop, the absence of any explanation actually adds to the tension and triggers more and more speculation from fans. They ask viewers who don't know what's really going on. We can only guess. However, one thing is certain. Something big has happened in a very short time. A sound, only a few seconds long, is capable of shaking a system already built over the years. Why? What did Jungkook say in the message? And more importantly, how will this affect the relationship between Jimin and the other members of BTS? This moment is of course not only the concern of BTS fans, but also K-pop observers and international media who want to find out more about what really happened. A big question also arises in the minds of many people. Is this just a small dispute between friends, or is there a bigger problem behind it that will be revealed in the future? This news is even more interesting when considering that BTS has always tried to maintain their image as a solid and friendly group. However, with this incident, many began to question whether behind their close relationship there was an undisclosed conflict. How will the fans, who have long admired this friendship, deal with reality if it turns out that there is a deeper tension between Jimin and Jungkook? One thing is for sure, this incident is not just about a group chat or just a voice note. This is a reflection of a more complicated relationship, which may never be fully revealed to the public. However, will this tension affect their relationship in the future? Only time will give the answer as time goes on. Fans and the media will certainly continue to look for further clues, waiting for clarification from Jimin, Jungkook, or even other members. On the other hand, this also added to the tension among the ARMY who were impatient to find out what really happened. Will their relationship return to normal, or is this precisely the turning point that will change everything? Could there be more than just a difference of opinion? Or is there an upcoming confession from Jimin and Jungkook that will reveal more about what's going on behind the scenes? What other surprises will be revealed, and how will BTS deal with them? We can only wait and hope that the answer will come soon. As the K-pop world is rocked by this unexpected event, many questions arise that remain unanswered. Is there anything bigger than just a small disagreement between two friends? Why did Jungkook choose to send the voice note? And why did Jimin decide to go so deep out of the conversation without giving any explanation? A controversial theory began to circulate quickly, which suggested that there may have been deeper, more personal tensions between Jungkook and Jimin that had been hidden from the outside world. Many felt there was a political game within the BTS group, with some members perhaps feeling bigger than others, or perhaps there was a higher ego that came along with their huge international success. Some fans expressed their disappointment with Jimin, who seemed to move away so quickly from the group chat, as if the act showed immaturity or inability to deal with internal problems in a mature manner. On the other hand, there are also those who argue that Jungkook may have crossed the line, revealing something very personal or even dangerous in the voice note. Was he too open with Jimin, to the point that it provoked such an extreme reaction? Or is there a darker secret we don't yet know about their relationship? Some fans also questioned whether this incident was not just a coincidence. Could there be a bigger plan behind this? Some speculation began to emerge, saying that this could be part of their strategy to create tension that would boost BTS's popularity even higher. In a world increasingly filled with fierce competition, what could be more powerful than controversy to steal the public's attention? However, the most surprising thing is the reaction of other BTS members who seem to be very silent in 1,000 languages regarding this incident. None of the members offered clarification. No one is trying to clear up the situation. This silence seemed to give the impression that there really was something more than just an ordinary dispute going on. Are they all caught up in a larger power play within the group? Or are they just not ready for the fact that their relationship is not as beautiful as it seems on the surface? This adds to speculation that there may be an even greater internal split that has been hidden behind their smiles and excellent performance on stage. BTS has always performed as a solid group, which is ostensibly unaffected by personal problems or internal conflicts. But this incident opened the eyes of many people that there may be a dark side to their relationship that we have never known. Jimin and Jungkook, who have always been known as close friends, now seem to be facing a big test in their relationship. When a friendship is threatened, no one knows how they really feel. Is this a misunderstanding that can be resolved in a short time? Or is this the beginning of something bigger that will change the dynamics of BTS forever? In fact, many fans are beginning to wonder if this incident is actually not just a personal matter, but rather a warning about the pressures faced by a group that has reached the peak of overwhelming success. What do they have to pay with unparalleled fame and popularity? Is their relationship really as strong as we see it? Or is there a small rift that is slowly turning into a big crack that can no longer be hidden? In the fast-paced and stressful world of K-pop, is it possible that two best friends who seem so close all this time will eventually have to face the fact that their closeness is not as beautiful as it seems on the outside? We can keep guessing, but one thing is for sure: Jimin's decision to leave the group chat was not a casual one. There's something bigger, more complicated, and possibly darker going on behind the scenes. When Jimin chose to step down, many felt lost. However, does this mean that he gives up? Or is it that, in his silence, Jimin is actually trying to protect something more precious than we can imagine? Is there a more painful truth that the public doesn't want to know? On the other hand, Jungkook, who is usually known as a calm and thoughtful figure, also has a side that not many people know. Perhaps the voice in the voice note revealed something deeply personal, something perhaps too heavy for Jimin to digest in an instant. With his decision to come out, Jimin may be trying to protect himself from something bigger than just feeling offended. Is it possible that the voice note is a signal from Jungkook, who wants to reveal something that he has been hiding? Or is there a tension that has been hidden inside BTS, which was finally revealed through this incident? What is clear, one thing is certain: the situation is far from over. The tension created by Jimin's actions only added to the burning curiosity among fans. Will we get an answer in the near future? Or will this be one of the biggest mysteries in BTS's career journey? No one knows for sure. But one thing that is certain is that the K-pop world has never seen a controversy of this magnitude before. Maybe in the near future, we'll get an explanation from Jimin or Jungkook, or maybe we'll just be left with more questions with no answers. However, in a world full of highlights like this, nothing can be hidden forever. And, as time goes by, the answer we've been waiting for may come as more of a surprise than we imagined. This incident has rocked the K-pop world in an unprecedented way. When Jimin left the group chat just 26 minutes after receiving Jungkook's voice note, the tension between the BTS members began to show clearly. However, even more intriguing is the absence of explanation or clarification from any side. It was as if everything was tightly closed, like something much bigger was being hidden. What was said in the voice note? Is it just a coincidence, or is there something darker going on? As time went on, speculation grew, with many fans speculating that there may be a hidden side to the relationship between Jungkook and Jimin, one that is more complex and fraught with tension that has not been revealed. Some have begun to suggest that this is not just a personal dispute, but rather part of a larger power struggle within BTS. The world of K-pop is known for intense competition, even within groups that are supposed to have closeness as friends and co-workers. Is it possible that there is growing tension between BTS members? If so, is this just the beginning of something bigger? The personal lives of BTS members have always been shrouded in mystery, and almost no one knows very well about the dynamics that exist behind the scenes. Some fans, who are usually very loyal and support the group unconditionally, began to feel confused and even disappointed. Why should something like this happen at a time when they are at the peak of popularity? Why did Jimin choose to just walk out without giving any further explanation? There are theories that are beginning to emerge among fans that the voice in the voice note may contain pent-up feelings that eventually break out. Had Jungkook revealed something too personal, which he shouldn't have said at that time? Or does Jimin actually feel that their relationship is not what it used to be, that something has changed, both in him and in the way he looks at his colleagues? Some have suggested that Jungkook may be trying to clear up a long-standing problem. Is he expressing feelings that have been pent up, or are there unresolved tensions between himself and the other BTS members? Some fans even began to suspect that Jungkook might be feeling cornered by the growing pressure, and that the voice note could be a way for him to free himself from the emotional burden he has been harboring. However, one thing that is very controversial is the fact that there is no clarification at all from BTS about this incident. In the world of K-pop, where their every move is always closely watched, the absence of explanation only exacerbates speculation. It's as if they prefer to leave all this hanging, leaving fans to rummage for answers on their own, rather than come up with a clear explanation. This incident further exposes the dark side of the K-pop world, where nothing can look like it should. There may be something deeper and more complex going on between the members of BTS, something that fans who have only seen them as perfect idols have never been able to accept. Will we finally see that BTS, which has always been considered a symbol of friendship and harmony, also turned out to be entangled in no less heated internal conflicts with the outside world? Perhaps this is the biggest test BTS will have to face. Facing the fact that their relationship as a group, which has always seemed unshakable, may not be as strong as they have shown in public. And perhaps, even more surprisingly, it is a reflection of how fragile their friendship is, even though they have shared a stage and struggled together for years. Amid this tension, fans are increasingly divided. Some supported Jimin and considered that he was entitled to avoid unwanted conflicts, while others demanded clarification from Jungkook and other BTS members. The K-pop community is split, with many questioning whether the world is just an illusion built on hard work and closeness that has been created to meet fan expectations. And as this tension escalates, it's inevitable that many people are starting to think, will this be a turning point in BTS's journey? Is the group that we have always considered solid is at the end of the horn? Or, perhaps, it is one of those moments that will strengthen them, despite having to go through greater tests. However, no one knows for sure what will happen next. Will BTS come back together as before, or will we see them split up, struggling with bigger problems than we imagined? What is clear This incident further proves that no one can simply be relied upon, even in a world full of greatness and success like the world of K-pop. The bigger surprises will probably keep coming, and we can only wait to see how it all ends. But one thing is certain. The world of K-pop will never be the same again after this incident. What happens if all this time the friendship that looks perfect is just a mask put on for the sake of image? This question has now taken the ARMY and the global K-pop community by storm after a shocking incident 26 minutes ago, when Jimin, a figure known for being compassionate and prone to avoiding conflict, suddenly walked out of BTS's official chat group without a word. It all started with one thing. A voice note sent by Jungkook. In 01 expected that the relationship, which has been praised as an unshakable bond between BTS members, could be cracked by just one voice message. The message was never